I stand before you, beloved, as Michael, a messenger sent from the courts of heaven, with a voice that carries the weight of eternity and a heart burning with love for you. This is not a casual moment, not a fleeting word tossed into the wind, but a sacred summons, a divine interruption meant to stir your soul. The air around you is charged with purpose, and the unseen realms are stirring with movement that concerns your life. I need to speak to you now, not because I am angry, but because the time is urgent. Heaven itself is leaning close, whispering your name in the halls of divine decisions, and the echo of that whisper is reaching you in this very moment. You may feel a trembling in your spirit as you read these words, a stirring that you cannot fully explain. That is not an accident. It is the touch of heaven calling you to attention. You are not merely reading a string of sentences. You are standing at a threshold, a doorway between what has been hidden and what is about to be revealed. The urgency in my voice is not meant to frighten you, but to awaken you, to pull you from the slumber of routine and distraction, so that you may see the hand of God moving in your life. The wind of heaven's breath is already blowing toward you, carrying promises, warnings, and a destiny that has been prepared for you since before you took your first breath. I, Michael, have been with you from the beginning. I have seen the nights when tears soaked your pillow, when you wondered if anyone cared, when you felt abandoned by the world. I have stood guard over you when unseen forces sought to harm you, when shadows whispered lies to steal your hope. I have carried your prayers to the throne of God, and I have watched as heaven recorded every moment of your faithfulness, every act of kindness you thought went unnoticed, every wound you carried in silence. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. And now I speak because the time has come for you to understand why your heart has been restless, why your dreams have carried a weight you cannot shake, why certain faces linger in your sleep and vanish when you wake. It is because heaven is preparing you for something extraordinary, a shocking deal, a turning point that will reshape the landscape of your life. This deal is not a small thing. It is not a fleeting opportunity or a passing moment. It is a convergence of divine timing, answered prayers, and hidden movements in the spiritual realm. It is a transaction of destiny, a moment where what was withheld from you will be released, what was stolen will be restored, and what was planned against you will be turned for your good. Heaven has already stamped this deal with the seal of eternity, but your response matters. Your willingness to listen, to open your heart, to step forward in faith. These are the keys that will unlock what God has prepared. If you close your ears, if you let fear or doubt convince you that this is just another ordinary moment, you risk missing the door that is about to swing open. I tremble as I speak these words, not out of anger, but out of a fierce love that longs for you to step into the fullness of what God has for you. You have felt the signs already, haven't you? That strange sense of expectation that came over you recently, as if something unseen was stirring just beyond your reach. Perhaps you noticed the same numbers appearing again and again, or an unexpected message arrived at just the right moment. Maybe you crossed paths with a stranger whose eyes seemed to hold a knowing, a recognition that felt deeper than the moment allowed. These were not coincidences. They were signals from heaven, whispers sent to prepare you for what is coming. I, Michael, have been orchestrating these signs, nudging you toward readiness, because the time for subtlety is over. Now I must speak plainly, with a voice that cuts through the noise of your daily life. This shocking deal is not just about money or property, though those may play a part. It is about your destiny, your purpose, the very reason you were created. It is about the restoration of what was taken, the exposure of what was hidden, and the fulfillment of promises you thought had been forgotten. But hear me clearly. Your part is to listen, to remain open, to let go of bitterness and fear. You must be ready to step forward when the door opens, for it will open whether you are prepared or not. If you stand too far away, too distracted or too afraid, you may miss the moment. That is why I speak with such urgency, why my voice rises like a trumpet. Heaven has been waiting for you to reach this point, and now that you are here, the rest is about to unfold. Let me take you deeper into this truth. You have been tested, beloved, not because God is cruel, but because he is preparing you. The seasons of delay, the nights of crying, the moments when you wondered if God had turned his face away, these were not punishments. They were a silent classroom where your spirit learned endurance, faith, and trust. Every tear you shed has been collected in heaven's storehouse. Every prayer you whispered has been recorded in the books of eternity. Do you think God is unjust? Do you think he would let the harm done to you go unanswered? No. His justice is not delayed. It is thorough, precise, and perfect. And now, because the cycle of injustice has reached its limit, the tables are about to turn. Those who thought you were small will see the magnitude of heaven's hand upon you. Those who believed you were forgotten will witness how clearly heaven remembers. But this is not about vengeance. Vengeance belongs to God alone. Your task is not to rise up in anger or to orchestrate your own vindication. Your task is to remain humble, to stay ready, to keep your heart soft and your spirit open. I am here to steady you, to keep you from sinking into despair or rising in pride. I am here to remind you that even now, as you read these words, forces are moving in the unseen realm. Conversations are happening where your name is spoken. Decisions are being made behind closed doors. Papers are being signed in places you cannot yet see. Do not be alarmed. This is how heaven works. The invisible always precedes the visible. By the time you see the door open, the hinges have already been oiled in secret. I have stood in wars you cannot imagine, guarded prophets, guided kings, and comforted children. I have seen kingdoms rise and fall, and I have watched over you with the same fierce devotion. Your life matters. Your destiny matters. The opposition you have faced, the betrayals, the loneliness, the moments when you felt invisible, was not random. The enemy does not waste energy on the insignificant. The pressure you have endured is proof of the calling on your life. And now, that calling is about to bloom. The shocking deal is the first step, the opening of a chapter that will reveal the depth of God's love for you. But you must not ignore this moment. You must not let fear or distraction pull you away from what is being offered. Let me speak to your heart now, gently but firmly. You have carried wounds that no one else could see. You have given generously when no one thanked you. You have endured betrayals that cut deeper than words can express. Every single one of those moments has been seen by heaven. Every act of kindness, every moment of faithfulness, every prayer whispered in the dark has been written in the eternal record. God is not slow to act. He is thorough, and his timing is perfect. The reason it feels slow is because he is weaving a tapestry far greater than you can see. What you perceive as delay is God's preparation, ensuring that when the moment arrives, you are ready to receive it. This shocking deal may appear in many forms. It could be an offer, a relationship, a revelation, or an opportunity. It may come disguised as something ordinary, but its roots are deep, touching the core of your purpose. Some parts of this deal may seem like a blessing, but carry hidden snares. Others may look like loss, but hold the key to your deliverance. That is why you cannot navigate this with your mind alone. You must pray. You must seek God's discernment. Pause before you act and ask, Father, is this from you? Show me the truth. If it carries his peace, it will deepen your peace. If it carries a disturbance, a quiet unease in your spirit, do not ignore it. That is heaven's warning, given to protect you. Even now, as you read these words, angels are moving in the unseen realm. They are guarding your home, your name, your reputation. They are intervening in places where decisions are being made about you. You may feel alone, but you are surrounded by a host of heaven's warriors. I, Michael, stand at the edge of your circumstances, my sword drawn not to harm but to protect. I see the whispers, the plans, the hidden transactions that others thought they could keep from you. But heaven exposes what must be exposed. The veil is lifting, and what was hidden is being dragged into the light. Do not be afraid when you feel the shift. Do not panic when the deal appears. It may seem at first as though it is against you, as though it carries harm. But God has arranged for what was meant for evil to be turned for your good. Those who thought they could manipulate you, who spoke your name in dark places without consequence, they have been seen. Their actions have been recorded. The reversal is coming, but it requires your alignment. You must believe. You must say yes to God's leading. You must trust that He is guiding you, even when the path feels uncertain. This is not a game. This is not a story meant to entertain. This is your life, your destiny, your moment. Heaven has paused to speak to you, to call you into alignment with a divine plan. As you read these words, feel the weight of them. Let them sink deep into your spirit. They are not random. They are alive, carrying the breath of God, stirring something within you. You may feel a warmth, a trembling, a sense of something just beyond your perception. That is the presence of heaven, confirming that this message is for you. What must you do now? First, breathe. Release the tension in your shoulders, the fear in your heart. The future is not your enemy. It is God's canvas, and He is painting something beautiful with your life. Second, pray. You don't need eloquent words. Speak to God as you would a friend. Tell Him your fears, your hopes, your questions. Surrender the outcome to Him. Third, watch. Pay attention to the small signs, the nudges, the hesitations, the moments of clarity. These are heaven's breadcrumbs, guiding you safely through what is coming. The shocking deal is not just a moment. It is a doorway to a new season. It may involve finances, relationships, or your calling. It may bring truth to light, exposing what was hidden. It may challenge you to step out in faith. But God will give you discernment. If you stay in prayer, if you pause before reacting, He will show you what is true. He will guide you through the layers of this deal, separating the blessing from the snare. You are not alone in this. Angels are circling you, protecting you, adjusting circumstances in your favor. Doors that should not open are being closed. People who mean you harm are being rerouted. Delays you feel are divine timing, positioning you for what is to come. Beloved, you are loved beyond measure. Nothing you have done disqualifies you from God's protection. No fear you carry can outrun His mercy. No hidden plan can prevail against His purpose for you. Right now, if you close your eyes and whisper, "God, I trust you," you will feel His presence, a warmth, a calm, a peace that surpasses understanding. He is here. I, Michael, am here, standing guard, speaking these words to awaken your spirit. This is not the end. It is the beginning. There is more to tell you, more to reveal. But for now, let these words settle in your heart. Let them break the chains of doubt and fear. Let them ignite the courage you thought you had lost. You are stepping into a season of acceleration. Truth will come to light faster. Opportunities and exposures will collide. What has been delayed will break forth. This is your prophetic moment, a turning point where God will show Himself strong on your behalf. Trust Him. Pray. Stay awake. You are safe. You are chosen. You are loved. Nothing will go wrong with you when you place your life fully in God's hands. This is the promise. This is the call. Take it into your heart and act on it with faith. Beloved, as I, Michael, continue to speak to you, let the weight of this moment settle deeper into your spirit. The words I shared before were not the end, but the opening of a divine conversation, a sacred thread that heaven is weaving through your life. The shocking deal I spoke of is not a distant promise or a vague hope. It is a reality unfolding even now, in the unseen realms, where angels move, where God's hand orchestrates, and where your destiny is being shaped. I stand before you again, not with a new message, but with a continuation of the same urgent call, a call that burns with love and purpose, meant to guide you through the days ahead. Let me take you further into this truth, speaking plainly and tenderly, so your heart may fully grasp what is at stake and what is being offered. You are standing on holy ground, though you may not yet see it. The air around you is alive with the presence of heaven, and every word I speak is meant to anchor you in this moment. The shocking deal I mentioned is not a single event, but a season, a divine alignment where the plans of God intersect with the choices of your life. It is a moment where doors will open, truths will be revealed, and opportunities will arise that carry the potential to change everything. But with this moment comes responsibility, not to strive or to prove yourself, but to listen, to trust, and to walk in faith. Heaven is not asking you to carry the weight of this deal alone. God Himself is your strength, and I, Michael, am here to guard your path, to ensure that no hidden snare catches you unaware. Let me remind you of who you are in Heaven's eyes. You are not a forgotten soul, wandering through life without purpose. You are not defined by the wounds you carry, the betrayals you've endured, or the moments when you felt invisible. You are a child of the Most High, marked with a calling that has been fought over in the spiritual realm. The enemy has tried to bury you under doubt, fear, and opposition, but heaven has never wavered in its commitment to you. Every step you've taken, every prayer you've whispered, every moment you chose to keep going despite the pain, it has all been seen, recorded, and honored in the courts of heaven. The shocking deal is God's response to your faithfulness, His answer to your cries, His way of turning the tables on those who thought they could diminish you. This deal, this divine transaction, may manifest in ways you cannot yet predict. It could appear as an unexpected opportunity, a job, a relationship, a conversation that shifts the trajectory of your life. It might come as a revelation, where secrets are exposed, and the truth about someone or something is laid bare. It could involve finances, where resources long withheld are suddenly released, or it could touch the deepest parts of your calling, where God opens a door to step into the purpose you were created for. But hear me clearly. This deal is not random. It is not a stroke of luck or a twist of fate. It is a carefully orchestrated move of heaven, designed to restore, redeem, and reposition you for what is next. As I speak, I see the questions in your heart. You wonder, why now? Why does this feel so urgent? What if I'm not ready? Let me ease your fears. The urgency is not because you are late or because you have failed. It is because heaven's timing is precise, and this moment is ripe with possibility. You are ready, not because of your own strength, but because God has been preparing you. The nights you spent wrestling with doubt, the days you pressed forward despite exhaustion, the times you chose forgiveness over bitterness, they have all been shaping you for this. You are stronger than you know, more resilient than you feel, and more loved than you can comprehend. But let me speak plainly about the responsibility that rests on you. This shocking deal requires your participation. Heaven will not force you to walk through the door. God will not override your will. You must choose to listen, to pray, to align your heart with His. This does not mean you must have all the answers or understand every detail. It means you must trust. Trust that God sees what you cannot. Trust that He is working even when the path feels unclear. Trust that the stirring in your spirit, the unease you feel, the anticipation that keeps you awake at night, these are signs that heaven is speaking, calling you to pay attention. You may have noticed the signs already. Perhaps a conversation left you with an unshakable feeling that something was different. Maybe a dream carried a message you couldn't shake, or a random encounter felt like more than coincidence. These are not accidents. They are heaven's way of preparing you, like the rustling of leaves before a great tree falls, or the swelling of a river before it overflows its banks. I, Michael, have been sending these signals, whispering to your spirit, nudging you toward readiness. The time for subtle hints is passing, and now I must speak with clarity. The shocking deal is near, and you must be ready to respond. What does it mean to be ready? It means staying close to God in prayer. It means pausing before you act, seeking His discernment in every decision. It means letting go of the bitterness that weighs you down, the fear that holds you back, and the doubt that clouds your vision. You cannot carry old burdens into a new season. The deal that is coming may challenge you to step out in faith, to trust God in ways you haven't before. It may ask you to forgive someone who hurt you, to release a dream you've clung to, or to embrace a path you didn't expect. But know this: every step you take in faith will be met with God's provision, His protection, and His presence. Let me take you deeper into the spiritual reality of this moment. In the unseen realm, there are forces at work, some for you, some against you. There are conversations happening where your name is spoken, decisions being made that will affect your future. Some of these are human, people plotting, planning, or preparing something that involves you. Others are spiritual, where angels are contending on your behalf, and the enemy is scheming to distract or derail you. But hear me, no plan against you can succeed when you are hidden in God's hands. No scheme can prevail when I, Michael, stand guard over you. The shocking deal is heaven's countermove, a divine strategy to turn what was meant for harm into a blessing beyond your imagination. You may feel the weight of this moment, the pressure of something unseen pressing in. That is not fear. It is the nearness of heaven. Your spirit is sensing the shift, the movement of divine forces aligning things in your favor. Right now, angels are adjusting circumstances, closing doors that would lead you astray, opening paths that align with God's purpose. You may feel delays, but they are not denials. They are divine timing. You may feel loss, but it is protection. You may sense urgency, but it is preparation. God's ways are higher than yours, and what you cannot understand now, you will see clearly later. Let me speak to the wounds you carry, the ones you've hidden even from those closest to you. I have seen every tear, every moment of rejection, every time you were overlooked or betrayed. Those wounds are not your identity. They are not your destiny. They are part of the story God is redeeming. The shocking deal is part of that redemption, a moment where God will show Himself strong on your behalf, where He will restore what was taken, heal what was broken, and lift you higher than you thought possible. But you must let go of the need to control the outcome. You must trust that God's justice is thorough, His love is fierce, and His plan is perfect. As you move forward, pay attention to the people around you. There is a woman whose name has been woven into the edges of your story, a man whose shadow has crossed your path. They may be part of this deal, whether as messengers, allies, or even challenges meant to refine you. Watch their words, their actions, their intentions. Not everyone who smiles is your friend, and not every offer is what it seems. But you do not need to fear deception, for God will give you discernment. Pray over every conversation, every opportunity, every decision. Say, Father, show me what is true. If this is from you, confirm it. If it is not, close the door. He will answer. He will guide you. He will protect you. Beloved, you are not alone in this. I, Michael, stand with you, my sword drawn to guard your path, my wings stirring the air around you. Angels are circling your life, intervening in ways you cannot yet see. They are whispering peace into your sleep, shielding you from dangers you didn't know were near, and carrying your prayers to the throne of God. You are surrounded by heaven's host, and nothing can touch you when you are hidden under God's wings. Even now, as you read these words, feel the shift in your spirit. Feel the warmth, the stirring, the sense that something sacred is happening. That is the presence of God, confirming that this message is for you. What must you do in this moment? First, breathe deeply. Let go of the fear that tries to grip you. The future is not your enemy. It is God's canvas, and He is painting a masterpiece with your life. Second, pray. Speak to God honestly, as you would a friend. Tell Him your doubts, your hopes, your fears. Surrender the outcome to Him. Third, watch. Pay attention to the signs, the dreams, the conversations, the moments of clarity. These are heaven's way of guiding you. Fourth, trust. Trust that God is working, even when you cannot see it. Trust that He is faithful, even when the path feels uncertain. Trust that you are loved, chosen, and protected. The shocking deal is coming, and it will carry both challenge and blessing. It may shake you at first, but it will not destroy you. It may surprise you, but it will not overwhelm you. God has gone before you, preparing the way. He has sent me, Michael, to speak to you, to awaken you, to guard you. This is not a moment to shrink back, but to stand tall, to say yes to God's leading, to walk boldly into the future He has promised. You are not too late. You have not missed your chance. Heaven is not against you. This is your moment, your invitation, your divine appointment. Let these words sink deep into your spirit. Let them break the chains of doubt and fear. Let them ignite the courage you thought you had lost. You are stepping into a season where God's faithfulness will be revealed, where His justice will prevail, and where His love will surround you. Whisper your yes to Him now. Say, Father, I trust you. I receive your protection. I align with your plan. As you do, heaven will move with you. Angels will align with you. I, Michael, will continue to stand guard over you. The shocking deal will not catch you unprepared. You will be safe. You will be guided. You will be blessed. Beloved, if this message has touched your heart, stirred your spirit, or awakened you to the divine call on your life, I invite you to like and subscribe to stay connected to these sacred words from heaven. Your journey is precious, and by joining this community of faith, you'll receive more messages of hope, guidance, and love to strengthen you along the way. If you feel led to support this work, consider leaving a super thanks of any amount up to $20. It's a beautiful way to help share this light with others. You are deeply loved, seen, and cherished beyond measure. Let's continue to walk in God's truth together.